is never important what people do out there to you. What is important is your response. How do you handle it? From the high place, knowing the truth, from your divinity, or from the collective mind programming. Okay, so I know we're all rising out of that. Now, so remember, faith, belief, and acceptance. Read, learn, know, over and over and over again, because as that's your field, you know, these are the starting points. Now, about the power of expectancy, lighting the lamp. Yes. Before we become laden, you know, with things happening, things go bump in the night, we start to forsake our good, and so on. Before that time, and sometimes very often when we're young, we go out to pursue something, or young, and we're always young, in eternal youth, but in earth terms. We go out to pursue something, and you know, for a while things are working, we feel our muscles, we feel we can, things work out for us, we can aspire, we can dream, we can go for it, we can get it. And then things happen. You know, maybe something doesn't work. And because we have not come to the place of consciousness where we have the fortitude and stamina of consciousness, you know, to then rise to the level of knowing truth, and truth becomes the power that walks us through circumstances and brings us out victorious, we acquiesce, we give in, we give up, we lose it. So each one of us, you know, so that starts to lower that the power can only work for you by working through you. And yes, it is you and it is in you, or none of us would be breathing or manifest. So it maintains and sustains our life. But by the virtue of free will, in other words, the human is the highest creation. The human has the capacity to know God consciously. An animal will experience the benefits of the divine intelligence. So will a flower and so on. But it is not conscious life, whereas at the point where we are becoming divine men and women and aware of it, aware of our divinity, we can rise up. So this power is always sustaining your life. It is your lifeline. It is your, you know, eternal umbilical cord. But it breathes you forth with intention. So where we fall out, you know, we don't realize that, as Dorothy said, the light comes when we realize that we are one with God from the beginning. That is the only real reality to our being. There is no other reality. And being as such that we are one with God, we are beings of great intention who have come to this plane to express something, to add onto this planet, and to express something, the Godhood within us. All right? Each one of us uniquely, like a unique facet on the crystal. So we do it in our different ways. But each one of us is the Godhood expressing with divine intention and purpose. And when we throw out our intentions, and we say, well, other people don't think I should be doing this, and yet this is the thing that gives us bliss, and we feel compelled. We have deserted and abandoned ourselves, and we feel the flame goes low. It doesn't go out. But we can fan it right up again by understanding, listen, whatever the Creator is I am, you know, a being straight from God here to do the Father's work according to my intuition. And this is strictly between the divine mind and me, right? And so you get that stamina back again, and you grasp hold and say, yes, I am divine. Yes, God never does anything without intention. I am on this planet for a true intention to assist in the raising of the planet. Otherwise, you would not be here at this time. I'm here to enjoy myself, bring out my divinity, do my thing, and to heaven with those who cannot comprehend that, right? So this way you maintain, because of your invincible connection with the Creator life, and as Dorothy said, it's so profound, you know, the wholeness is already within you. The perfect pattern of you is within you. It is in the mind of God. It is accessible once you know it is there. Okay? So, yes, God breathes our life even if we don't know it. The point is, you know, it is. It is, because you are a pattern of God. In other words, mind is all there is. So you are a unique divine pattern of God manifest. And there is a blueprint of you in the etheric or invisible or the light. There is a perfect manifestation of you. And through your conscious recognition that I am of God, and there is a perfect pattern for me and a perfect way for me to express, to overcome all, and so on, we begin to claim our divine authority. Remember, I've given you dominion over earth, lands, and seas, over all that is. So we are meant to bring out the masters within us.
We have to hear that more often.
Well, that's why we're here.
That's why.
But this is, if I could just say one thing, Dorothy. I'm sorry. You inspire me so much all the time. But this is so important to understand if you understand anything today. You are God where you are. You have a divine mission. You are God. You have all the power, capacity, that which breathes. No painter paints a painting. When a painter paints a painting, you can see that painter in that painting is painted by their hands. The infinite only creates that which it is, that which is perfect. It's all life and all love. So everything that in your thinking, when your thinking rises to the level, as Dorothy says, where your thought life is a body of radiant love, under all conditions, light, knowing truth, without any separation, then you are living the Godhood here, right? And that's our purpose, is to bring out who we are. Bring out that being. To expand, I acquire the superior attributes of the Christ in me, right? Let me just take a couple of minutes then, because I know we started a little bit late. But first, this is addressing something that's so key to do with what Marie said. Marie's question. First of all, we must realize, that we do come from on high. No matter, I don't care what's gone on in your life. Doesn't matter. You have to realize now that I am from on high, and that all that God is, I am. With the exception of being first cause to life, we didn't cause life. But we are the manifestation of that life power, that divine intelligence. Okay? So I say it's called curing your case of mistaken identity. You ask a person who you are they going to, not immediately, unless, if they're in center, they may say, I am the light. I am one with all that is good, true, and beautiful. I am infinite being. They may answer you this way when they're centered. But when you say, who are you? Well, they run down their recent history, their parents, their culture, their this, their that, and anything but the infinite being that you are, that cannot be locked in a name, cannot be locked in a lifetime, cannot be bounded by any of these things. You are limitless life of the Creator, acting in this particular framework now, bringing the good that you are, the greatness that you are in truth, into this life now. And I say, Marie, we're either in this life to bless it and to live the truth. The greatest examples are living examples. This is so wonderful about Jesus. He lived the truth, and he showed the way through example. Now, we never once heard him say, I can't do it. Oh, this is impossible. Oh, you over there that has the 2 broken legs, I can heal one, but I can't heal the other. And, that's because of your karma, and just live with it. We never heard him say anything like that. He healed everything completely. He demonstrated the power, and he said, I of myself do nothing. The Father within me doeth the work. And that means the infinite life, that not exclusive to Jesus, that is in all of us, exists. And in our culture today, we are awaking to the fact that we have great spiritual frontiers that we have not even crossed yet, right? This is you. So we must cure our case, and it doesn't mean we suppress. We're perfectly okay to say, I'm experiencing grief, I'm experiencing doubt, I'm not saying I am it, but I know there is that within me that is greater. And this is where you start at the cornerstone in the new temple of the new city of consciousness. God is in me, and from there we ascend and find our ways and so on. I have to go on, but one thing I want to say to you is that learn whatever you want, and this is something the ancient masters, long before a negative word ever was spoken, and the great groups such as the Rosicrucians and so on, all the divine groups that have appeared across history, learn to think in terms of the highest and the best always. Increase your mind and heal your mind and your imagination, because your vision precedes you. As much as your word, your vision goes right along with it. You know, precedes you before your demonstrations. You know, there's a statement, if you ask me for bread, I will not give you a stone. You think about this. How many people, you ask yourself in your life as you're eating the marvelous meal we're going to have and enjoying yourself, where in my life am I accepting stones and thinking I've got to make do and I've got to compromise? Now, I say to you, if you would not catch God doing this, and if you don't hold the need to take less in any department of your life, true for God, then can you hold it true for yourself? Is it true? If I have the kingdom, why do I have to take less? You know what I mean? So look at your lives, everyone. See where you are compromising. You know, well, I guess I'll just have to, you know, take this off of this given because I'll never get another one. That is not the divine promise. The divine being only accepts the highest and the best. And not only for ourselves, for everyone, regardless. Now, so no compromise. Another point, practice innocence. Over and over we hear, be the innocent. Only the innocent can attain the kingdom. Only the child may enter the kingdom. What does that mean? The purity. That means that person who can right now, when can you be innocent? When you choose to be, right now. And that means practically that in your mental life and emotional life, you must start saying, it doesn't matter. I do not keep my mind on lack, negativity, and all this that people are saying that obscures the great universe from me. I do not claim that for myself. I am innocent to harm, hurt, bad memories. I close the door. I practice innocence. My mind is only on the truth. And I purify my own attention. You know, we're always paying attention to something, just like we're always putting our faith in something. And I put my attention on my divine rights, on my evolution, my ever-unfolding evolution. Take compromise out of your life when you think about this. Okay, I'm thinking in terms of relationship to myself. How am I handling this? And from here on, determine whether it's work, relationships, whatever it is. Practical mysticism. If you don't put it right in your life, what good is it? Practice being the masters who think in terms of only the highest and the best. Because if you're an ambassador of God, why would you want to demonstrate anything other than that? And this is the way you be the hope of the world. Because you can tell anybody, this is how you can do it. So this is how we are the hope of the world. By living, by demonstrating joy. The Buddha laughs. Joy is God. Faith is God. Courage is God. Thinking in terms of the highest and best and not surrendering and taking less is God. Victory is God. Okay? So think about this, and another, I'll just close with this, you know, that Jesus says, you know, if you who love your children so much and yet are so imperfect, meaning we have, not that, essentially we are the perfection, but we have to bring it out, you know, and activate it, are so imperfect, how much more does the Father in heaven, meaning the divine, the infinite, the nameless one, the all in the all, love you. Love you. So in this we know that if we ask for bread, we will not be given a stone unless we believe we will be. Okay? So you've got to be vigilant, like Dorothy said. Not buy into negativity. Do not take the opinions of others. If this would not be God's opinion or conclusion about anything, then you must now start saying to yourself, don't argue with anyone out there, I don't accept that of all your being, what you don't accept shall not come nigh you, and what you do accept, and declare that your divine light to the highest good shall be, and you shall live in the kingdom on earth. Thought is all. My world is ruled by thought.